Hey everybody, it's Melanie here today, and I am going to show you how to make the gnome magnet kit. So in your kit, you will have, not this, I was measuring my yarn. You'll have 8 yards of yarn that's already cut out for you. You will have a gnome nose, a little wood bead, and a piece of burlap, probably bigger than this, that'll be in a cone shape. Or you'll have a cutout that you can use as your template for your nose. Today I ran out of burlap because I wasn't intending to make a mistake, but I did. So I'm using some ribbon that I had on hand. So you will have either burlap or fabric or something in your kit to use as the gnome hat. So here is the little sample, super cute and easy. At home you will need, the best option is hot glue. It just sets really fast, so it makes this a lot easier, and a pair of scissors. If you don't have access to glue, let us know and we can get, I think for the kit we have some super glue that we could put in there. So just trying to find the top of my yarn. There it is. So what you're gonna do is take your hand out like this. You're gonna hold the piece of yarn and you're just gonna grab it like that. So I'm doing it to show you this, but I'm gonna do it this way because it'll be easier for me to start. So you'll start with the little piece hanging out down there and then kind of hold it with your thumb. So you can see I'm holding it with my thumb. And then wrap, and then after a couple of rounds it'll stick, and then just wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap all the yarn. This is just one way to make gnomes. You can do it with socks, you can do it lots of different ways with a piece of wood, and then use a hat and a furry beard. This is just sort of an all-in-one. And see, it's getting pretty thick there, but we want him to have a lush beard. So down to the end, let that hang to the bottom. If you're lucky, so our other end was down here, so it lands to the bottom. You're gonna pinch it so that you kind of wrap like that. I forgot to mention there will be 2 other pieces of yarn. So you'll take, so we had our little end piece hanging down here. You've got this from the top. You're gonna take your little fabric and feed it between the 2. And then you can kind of let it hang, it won't fall anywhere. And then tight. And then if you want to be extra cautious, you can find where your center is there again and feed it through and make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Knot it again, and those will just, I did 3 knots. So now you have a knotted center. What you'll want to do is find where your center is again, kind of pull everything, make sure it's all where it's supposed to be, and then you will take your scissors carefully, kind of pull down on the side that is not tied. So this is our tied side, and watch your beard start to form. There it is. So now we've got, oh, there was one that didn't go, so I'm just gonna, that. And here is the start of his beard. So then you'll have your second piece, and we're going to kind of fold all of the yarn together. So the center is right here. You're gonna let everything kind of fall down and make almost like a head. So you're gonna take the top here and then tie this and make sure it's good and tight so it makes kind of like a, and I did not give myself enough yarn to tie it twice, but You get the gist here. So you've got your fluffy beard and head. Then what you will do is we are ready for his hat. Like I said, so this is a little bit smaller than the piece of fabric you'll get, but this is just what I have today. So it will be a cone shape. I am kind of working with it, so I'm gonna kind of fudge my way through this. But you will want to figure out what side you want to be your back. I'm just putting where I tied the back here as the back, and then I'm gonna come to the front of where I want my front to be, and put some hot glue right along that yarn that we put on there. And then be careful because hot glue is very hot and the fabric is porous, so it will burn. And I'm nervous to burn myself, so I'm a little bit cautious. And I'm just gonna stick these little guys up top so they're not hanging out in my hat. And then just put this along the center so that the back ends up in the back. And I'm gonna put some more glue. Hold that guy up there. It's a little bit hot. And then just finishing my glue around the back here. That hurt. So you can see our little gnome guy coming together here. Okay, hopefully that's dried enough. So then you'll kind of just form it up the back. So you've got your base kind of glued down, and then you're just gonna do something here. A little extra fabric since this is a little bit. Okay. Like I said, I'm fudging this a little bit because I have limited supplies right now. Everything you need will be included in your kit, so do not worry. We have the back here, so we will glue it all together from the back. So you're just gonna kind of make it tighter as you go. That would be a really long hat, so I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. I totally about did that wrong. So it kind of has that shape. Again, like a rounded cone. And then you're gonna just glue along the back seam and tuck everything in as you go. So you're gonna kind of make it tighter as you go up the top of the hat. Yep, I burnt myself. That's why you gotta be very careful with glue. If a child is helping you with this, make sure you're helping them. Now I'm a little skittish with the glue. Got glue strings everywhere. Peel it off my scissors, I'll just do that. So I'm just gluing and tucking to kind of form our little hat. And this is the back of it, so it's not super important how nice the back of it looks as long as everything kind of looks nice in the front. So, a little bit more. Let's see. You're just tucking. I don't know if you can see that. Just kind of tucking it together as you go. Pressing on it to make your gnome hat. All right. So we've got our little gnome hat, and I'm just gonna cut off a little bit there. Last little dab of glue. Again, kind of use your scissors to tighten everything together. So there is our little gnome guy. Might have got his hat a little tight, but that's okay. He's still super cute. So there's the gnome guy. And then we got to put his nose on, which is right here. It's a little wood bead. And then you'll just kind of put that in the front. So another little dab of glue. And you want to make sure your seam is in the back here. So you'll place your gnome nose in the front. So it'll look like that. And then you will have your magnet piece. It'll be a little strip about like this. It does have some stick adhesive on the back, but that is definitely not strong enough to hold on the fridge to hold the gnome up. So get a little bit more hot glue, and between the two it'll stick just a little bit. Then you want to make sure you do that on the back where you want it to stick. And voila, we have our little gnome. You can trim up his little beard so they're even, or you can leave it scraggly. It doesn't matter. You can do that by, do not follow my scissor etiquette here, but however you want, just you can grab them all and straighten them out that way. There he is. Super cute. And I don't have magnet in here, but I do have my scissors, so it'll stick to that. So there's our little gnome. Super cute, super easy. All right, hope you enjoy. See you soon.